Yes, everybody, welcome in. So glad that you are joining us for Right About Now. As we always say, you can't be right about everything, but you can be right about now. Coming up on the show, Betsy Rawlings joining us once again from Fayetteville Athletic Club. We have such a blast hanging out with you all and chatting through some current events, some things that are happening in Northwest Arkansas, some pop culture, some media trends, some food. Betsy always is so generous to bring us food. So all of that is coming up on this episode. Let me talk in specifics. So we're going to talk a little bit. Betsy has admitted that she doesn't know a whole lot about Razorback basketball, but we're going to talk just a little bit about Razorback basketball and some players that are considering coming to the University of Arkansas as we are kind of on the front end of the season kicking off really soon. So that's exciting. A couple of other things. We have to talk about this heist that has happened in Paris at the Louvre, because it has been all the buzz recently. And even this week, we have learned that the window of opportunity for the agents to find these jewels may have already evaporated. They may be gone forever. So we're going to dive into that story with you. We also have to talk about, because we're right here, it's spooky season, Halloween is coming up. And you know, Halloween mainly means one thing, and that's candy. So we're going to talk about candy and what the favorites are, maybe what our favorites are, what Arkansas's favorites are, what the country's favorites are. What is America's favorite Halloween candy? We got to talk about that. So all that and more is coming your way, including some food. I think we're going to get to try some food with Betsy right after this quick break. So stay with us. That's all ahead right here on Right About Now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, as promised, the one and only Betsy Rawlings is back with us again.
I'm here.
On Right About Now. You are here. Okay, so just set up kind of what's coming on the show. But the first thing we got to get to is the food, because you brought food, right?
Yes. So the Great British Bake Off season 13 is in full swing on Netflix. I am obsessed. I've been obsessed with it for a long time.
How many seasons have you been been watching?
Oh, I have watched all 13 that have been out on Netflix, and I have tried to go back and find some of the older seasons where before they started to stream. Those are a little tougher to find. You can find clips and stuff of them.
You are obsessed.
I am
There's another
obsessed.
show that I know that's in its 13th season. It's a late night show called Later with Jason Suel.
Oh,
And I'm sure you've also scrubbed the internet to try to find all the old episodes of
I
that.
have.
Yeah.
I have gone back to find them
Mhm.
all.
Mhm.
It is a fantastic show,
Yeah.
and if you have not caught it, you do need to.
Well, you're
find
on
that
there
one.
quite a bit.
I am on that one too. Jason just can't get rid of me.
I can't.
just weasel my
She's
way
like,
into
do you know
everything.
have you ever heard of a barnacle?
Yes. Yeah.
This clings to the side of a ship, you know?
Yeah, so I almost started singing at you because my kids watched
Veggie Tales?
No, it
Oh.
wasn't VeggieTales. It's
Okay.
a PBS show. It
I was close.
It's The Cat in the Hat,
Oh, yeah.
and but it was the cartoon version, and they would go around and learn different facts about different things. And there's one where they are talking about barnacles, and there's a song that the barnacles sing, and it every time I have
You
to
know-
hold on to something, or somebody tells me to hold on, or somebody talks about a barnacle, that song
Do
plays in my
barnacle
head.
references come up frequently in your life? I feel like we need to have an intervention if this is happening on a regular basis.
Not necessarily
Okay.
barnacle specific,
all
but
right.
it's anytime somebody tells me to hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the lyrics to the song?
Holding on.
Here we
We're
go.
holding on. You'll never get me off. I'm holding on.
You nailed
You
it.
gotta find
Your
it.
family is proud of you right now.
PBS Kids.
PBS Kids. We're going to find
We
it.
learned a lot of stuff there.
So, all right, back to the food.
Yeah,
You've
back
been
to the
watching Great
food.
British Bake Off.
British Bake Off. The first handshake this season actually went to Tom. And
What is a handshake?
So
talk to
Paul-
me like someone who has
Paul-
never watched Great British Bake Off.
because I'm sure I fully believe that you have not ever watched it.
That's-
So
I've seen it while it is on, like in passing.
in the
when I'm-
periphery.
right, when I'm
it's
walking
there.
through. Yeah.
Okay, so Paul Hollywood is this very famous British baker. Think Gordon Ramsay, but that side. Okay, I mean, obviously Gordon Ramsay is British as well, but he is the main judge. He's been the judge that has lasted through the entire thing. They've changed who the second judge is a couple of times, but he has lasted through the whole thing. And he gives out handshakes when bakers do exceptionally well.
So this isn't just a passing grade. This is like, you really
Right.
blew my mind.
This is like I would put this in one of my bakeries. I would rebake this. Like, you have actually done something really fantastic. And he will give them a handshake. And everybody wants to get a handshake. There's only been 60 in the entire time that Great British Bake Off has been in
This
existence.
guy is stingy with his
He is
handshakes.
stingy with his handshakes.
I wonder if when he just meets people in public, does he shake their hand or does he reserve that?
I don't know.
Does he just do a
Like,
fist bump?
Sticks his hands in his pockets.
Yeah,
and
see,
like,
yeah.
he probably, I could see him being like, yeah, I don't shake hands, because then
Is-
you could say that you got a Paul Hollywood handshake.
That's his name, Paul Hollywood?
Paul Hollywood. Oh yeah.
From
you
England?
gotta look at this guy. He looks like he should be named Paul Hollywood.
Okay.
But so he gave out the first handshake of season 13.
Oh, he looks real stingy.
On the
He looks mad at me
second
over the
episode,
internet.
right? He always looks that way. That's just his resting
That's
face.
his face. Yeah.
But he gave it to Tom, and Tom, it was biscuit week. And biscuits is not what you think of biscuits. It's not the big
it's
fluffy
cookies.
put gravy on it biscuit. It's cookies.
Yeah.
And so Tom had made his granny's ginger and cardamom tea biscuits. And so I attempted to make ginger and cardamom tea biscuits. They are delicious.
Okay.
I'm not getting invited to the show anytime soon. They are
That's too
oddly
bad.
shaped. They don't have a snap. They are soft. However, they are addicting. They are so good. Here, have a tea.
Am I
biscuit.
gonna have a tea? Look, I just want to bring up. Can I bring this up? There he is.
You can bring up
There's our
whatever
guy.
you wanna bring up.
I just brought up a picture of Paul Hollywood.
Of Paul Hollywood.
Blue eyes.
Piercing blue eyes.
Yes, and he has a blue shirt on in this, so it's blue
is-
overload.
Yes, he is often wearing a shirt that makes his eyes stand out more.
Okay.
And they poke. He does actually seem to be a very nice guy. They poke fun at him the whole time about how, like, he is intimidating and how he does things to make his eyes stand out. And they talk about his fake tan and all the things. But
Tell me again what I'm eating. Cardamom.
you are eating a ginger and cardamom tea biscuit.
'Kay.
That's a little soft, but
It is
perfectly
soft. It reminds me just texture-wise of those. What were those Chips Ahoy cookies that came out that were real? They were like soft cookies. Do you remember that? I don't remember what they were called. Maybe just soft cookies.
I think there was just the soft and chewy. Wasn't it just called soft and chewy or something like that?
Yeah.
Something super simple.
Mhm.
So I'm really digging these. The ginger will come at you at the end.
Oh yeah, it did.
Mhm.
It did. The cardamom. It's cardamom forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ginger, ginger backside. Right. But it's very good, and I like
Right.
it because it has more of an authentic ginger flavor, not the ginger that
Mhm.
maybe we're more accustomed to in the American culture. That's not
Right.
really ginger. It's kind of like
It's
sugar ginger.
It's actual ginger in there. I mean, you're not going to be able to dunk this one in your tea
Mm-mm.
because it's too soft. But
Could you dunk it? Could you dunk his in your tea, or
you could.
whatever was on the show?
His were crisp, like they snapped like they were supposed to. They were actually uniformly shaped as opposed to mine that are in. They all kind of melded together and made teardrops and squares. And I don't care what it looks like as long as it
Oh, it's
tastes
so good.
I've got another one if you want it.
I'm
You
looking
have
up
more.
something right now. Keep talking to us while I
Okay.
look up a quick reference.
I'm going to keep talking. So the other fun thing that runs back to a while ago,
we go.
they show images of the different bakers throughout their kind of just their normal daily lives. And I just got a big kick out of one of the very first things they showed about Tom, who was this one. And he's kind of led the entire season this season. They showed him playing padel in his thing. I was like, call back. Yay. There we go.
Call back to our show. You got to go back and watch old episodes because we did a whole section on
Padel.
paddle sports, really, or racket sports, I suppose.
But I do, I mean, obviously y'all have figured out so far, and Jason knows, I do love to cook. I love to bake, but there is something about watching this show just makes me want to run into my kitchen and make everything all at once and then just eat it all.
Well, before you eat it all, just bring it onto this show,
Okay.
and then we can tell you how well you did.
I'll just bring it here.
I remembered what I was going to say. Okay,
Okay.
so I lived over in the UK for a few years, and their gingerbread is just entirely different than our
Mhm.
gingerbread, just in general. So
Mhm.
this biscuit gave me shades of one of my favorite gingerbreads, which you have to order here in the
Okay.
States if you want it. And I do this every year so that we have some. And I say we, really, it's just me
It's
because
just
everybody
him.
else in my family is like, this stuff's okay.
Okay, what is it and where? I want to order
Okay,
some.
it's called Grasmere gingerbread. It comes from the Lake District in England. And I love it. Like it's a hard biscuit, so it's much harder than what we just had there, and
Right.
it's even harder than
It's
what you would think of as
more of that snap.
yeah, definitely some snap to it. It's definitely ginger forward.
Oh, these look
And it is
delicious.
so good. I buy them at least like 2 servings where I think there's like 12 or something cookies in a serving, and I get
It
2 of
even
those a year.
says they're the world's best gingerbread.
They are so good. Sarah Nelson's Grasmere gingerbread. Victorian cook
Mhm.
Sarah Nelson invented Grasmere gingerbread in 1854 in the English Lake District village where it gets its name. It's delicious, y'all. So if you're looking for something to treat your family, or you want to try something new this holiday season, maybe around Thanksgiving going into the holiday season, this is a shout out to one of my favorites. And I might, that's something I can do. I can't bake a whole lot. I mean, I'm sure I could if I put the effort in, but I'm not good at it,
Oh, look
according
at
to my
this.
family.
They even have a coffee and gingerbread
Telling you,
pack. Okay, that's after my own heart. That's where it's add to basket.
add to basket, purchase.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so good. So yes, and they have their rum butter. They have all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's a big
I'm
deal.
gonna have to load
We
up on
went
this.
there one time and it was just packed. I mean, it was random, like a
Mhm.
midweek off hour, and the line was out the door. But of course, we waited and got some. So it was
Of course
delicious.
you did. Of course you did.
Well, I give these a thumbs up. These tea biscuits, whoever made them, you and your family.
Violet did help me make
Violet,
these.
yes.
Yes. I'll have to let her
Shout
know
out.
that you approve.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's not saying a whole lot because I will eat anything. My family says I'm like a garbage
Have another
disposal.
one.
It's
You
like
want another one
yeah,
to snack on?
uh,
Take the bigger one. There's 2 of them. There's a smaller one and a
there was
bigger
a
one.
giant one.
He totally.
I'm
the
so
the
selfish.
smaller one was on top, and he moved it out of the way. To
Get
go
out of
for the
here.
bigger one.
Get out of here.
Ah,
Some of us have been at work for several hours at this point. Hey, there's more to talk about. Again, as I
So
set
much
it up in the show, we're going to talk about this Louvre heist. We're going
Mhm.
to talk about Arkansas basketball. We even going to talk about this rom-com Netflix show that people are into. Whatever about that, I guess. So stay. Yeah, exactly. That's how my insides feel when we
I
talk
can
about that
tell. I can tell.
show. We got more coming up. Stay with us.
1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four.
Oh yeah, we're back. A little right about now.
And I'm still eating cookies.
Oh, they're so good though. I don't blame you. Not at all. Way to go, Violet. All right. You said that you weren't all that into Razorback basketball. Is that right?
Now okay. So that's a
You
fair
gotta
s- a
clarify.
fair statement and not a fair statement.
Okay.
So I do Arkansas sports friends. Yes, I watch them. I enjoy them. I root for the Razorbacks.
Great.
I do not keep up on I could just sit down and tell you everybody's names and what their last score was and what they're like. I am not like that all in on almost any
anything,
sports.
really?
Like there's okay, baseball probably I could really sit down and talk some Cubs baseball with
World
you.
Series is happening. Cubs are
World
out though.
Series
by
is
the way.
happening. They are out. I can have a decent conversation about NFL teams, NBA teams. College is just a little bit harder for me to.
That's interesting, seeing as how
stay
you
on.
live in a college town and you're
I
more into the pro
know.
sports.
I know. Very it is, but I also grew up on the exact opposite side of the state where we really were not anywhere close to
Yeah, but I did
the
too.
U of A.
Still,
I-
still no more
yeah.
Razorback stuff. I mean,
I
I
don't know.
I have grown in my appreciation for professional sports over the last decade. Probably, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would say
Mm-hmm.
college is
Mhm.
where it's at, and I know pro stuff, and I watch
Mm-hmm.
it and I keep up. But college now, I'm kind of more like I'm into pro. I can,
Yeah.
and I remember a while back someone saying to me that the pro game. We're talking about football. NFL
Mhm.
moves so much faster, and
Mm-hmm.
I was always like, no, you can't really tell. And now that I'm
Mm-hmm.
mid 40s, I'm like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it moves a lot faster.
It does. It does. And when it actually watching on TV, basketball, I feel like is a little easier to watch than football in general, just because the game itself moves faster.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that said, I do love that they are starting to put gymnastics
Yeah.
and softball and soccer and volleyball and things like that on TV more, because I do really enjoy those other sports that don't get as much attention. I
I do
really
too.
do enjoy watching those. Naturals baseball games, those are so much fun to go
So much fun.
to. Um,
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of, let's talk about these couple of tall guys
they
potentially
are
coming
so
to the
tall.
University of Arkansas. We shouldn't say they've just trimmed their list down
Right.
to 4
Okay.
teams, right?
They have not said that they are
Right.
coming
Not at
here.
all.
Like, we're
Not at
not
all.
just like, yeah, they're coming.
Right.
But they have trimmed their list down, and we remain on their Final Four list.
Alabama, Arkansas, Texas, and Coach Muss over there at USC getting the 4th
Mhm.
spot in that. Have they said, do you know, that they only come as a pair? Do you think they would split these two up?
I would like to think that they will only come in as a pair. Like,
two.
how great would that be to be like, nah, we don't separate. Now, there have been other twins that have been very good at sports that have separated and gone different ways.
Yeah, so last year we had Big Z on the team, and his
Mhm.
brother, who I would assume is also a Big Z, was at Illinois,
Right.
and now Razorback Big Z has left and gone to be with his brother, right? So
Right.
they're going to be together.
Right.
So they were split up for a time. Now they're reunited. So
Reunited.
and it
Sorry.
feels so good.
I'm going to stop singing to you.
You've been singing all day. It's a singing kind of
It's
day.
a singing kind of day. But
7 foot.
I think it'd be really, really fun to have them be together. I could
Totally.
see if they had the right offers,
Yes.
I could see that they would split. But as far as first starting out in college, it just feels like everybody that they're talking to is trying to recruit both of them.
Right. Totally.
So it would be neat to see them both go together.
Yeah. And I feel like our obviously every school will always go for some really high caliber athletes,
Yes.
including Arkansas, and John Calipari might be able to do a whole lot with these two. So that would be exciting to see. I am personally really thrilled about this basketball season. It's always a wait and see for me when it comes to basketball. And I think that's the way John Calipari teams are built. That's the way Arkansas teams have traditionally been, where we're not going to be perfect at the
Right.
start of the season.
We're not
We're
jumping
still
out of the
figuring
gate,
it out.
number one.
Right.
Just everybody's all in on us.
Right. But then last year you saw we sneak into the tournament. I don't want to say sneak in, but we were played well enough to get
Right.
into the tournament, and then
Right.
we made pretty deep run in the tournament. So that's exciting to see always. And fingers crossed for something similar to happen this year. That would be fantastic.
For sure. And we do. We find our groove as we're going. I'm really hoping for a great season. I do have high hopes. We'll be watching.
Yes.
So, and we'll kind of keep an eye on these kids and see where they decide to go.
I know. Yeah, we got to bring you an update on that if they make any big decision. Okay, so is that it in terms of athletics that we're discussing this week?
I think in terms of athletics, that's about all I have.
That's all you got.
That's all I got. However,
Yes.
there are some other things happening around Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, do you want to hop into that? Oh, you sent me some stuff.
I did.
What do you want to go with first?
So according to Josh, the peak fall foliage
Oh, yeah.
starts next week. Not next week. The first. It's the first through the
It'll
4th.
be at the very end of this month, the
right.
beginning of next month.
So we're going
right?
to get some rain this weekend, but then it's going to be nice and cool And so we should get some really lovely fall colors. And I love to be outside in
Yeah,
Northwest Arkansas. We have so many places to go hike, to go walk. Even if you're not a hiker, just go enjoy the trail. We have so much
absolutely.
outdoor stuff to do that I am excited that the fall weather has finally gotten here and that we are going to get some gorgeous fall foliage. You don't have to go anywhere to see it.
Yeah, we got some great stuff. Have you ever been to a destination place that you were there while it was fall and you really enjoyed the foliage somewhere else? I mean, we have it here, obviously,
Right.
but just curious.
So we have, just by happenstance of when we tend to do our big national park trips,
Yeah,
we have been to some parks. When we went to Acadia National Park in Maine, we caught the very first week of their beautiful fall colors. So
beautiful.
we got to see a lot of really fun stuff there. You get to see it as you fly over places.
Yeah,
It should have been starting to change some this last year when we were at Olympic, but the summer had been hotter and so it had gotten
summer's still
pushed
here.
back. Summer is still
Almost
here.
feels like.
So yeah. So we've seen the beginnings of some really fun fall colors, but we've never specifically gone somewhere for them.
Sort of a similar thing, although I can't remember this far back, but I feel like I lined this up so that we would be there during the foliage. When I was in grad school and I was writing my master's thesis, I wrote my master's thesis on this specific puppetry theater company that is based in Vermont.
Okay.
And I had to go back a couple of times to just collect more information, interviews, that kind of whatever
Yeah.
I was doing. And we timed it out where it would be Vermont fall foliage season, and went over there and went, covered bridges and just
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. And also, it's like the vegetation is different, and you experienced that probably when you were in Maine,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And also the air, the humidity,
Right.
there's a different feel to it.
When people
In the
when they
Northeast.
wax poetic about the crisp
Yeah.
fall air, it really is. It does. It's not like it's gonna feels like it could rain at any time.
Yeah,
There's just this little bite to it.
it's like our Arkansas crisp fall air, and at least the Northeast crisp fall air, they're different.
They're a different breed of apple.
Yeah, they are, but both delicious, as they say. Red delicious.
Both delicious.
Okay, so that's happening.
Yes.
Anything else you wanted to bring to our attention with events?
Yes. So if you have not ever seen Ultra Suede,
Hey, Ultra Suede, Friday at
this
George's.
Friday at George's,
Yes, 6
they
o'clock to 8
play
o'clock.
a mean happy hour show.
Yeah, we'll
It's
be
a
there.
lot of fun, and this one is going to be Halloween themed.
That's
correct?
right. Yeah. And bonus, if you miss us, we're going to be playing at Hogtown before the Mississippi State game on November 1st
So
in
fun.
front of Razorback Stadium. So lots of opportunities to
That's
see us
awesome.
shake
That's
out
awesome.
our tail feather.
And then Jason, you keep yourself super, super, super busy,
right.
and you are doing this other little thing
Yes,
called
Whispers in the Hollow.
Hollow.
Yes.
So tell me.
Okay, so that
me.
show is a CTV show like this one.
Mhm.
That show also airs on broadcast on our sister station KXNW.
Mhm.
So the show is focused on kind of hidden gems around the Ozarks region, hidden histories, places you may have never been or never even heard of. And we air that show on 479 First once a month.
Mhm.
And then for broadcast, what will happen is that we air 2 episodes at a time. So, for instance, this month, we'll be airing episodes 1 and 2, and then next month we'll air 2 and 3, and then the following month we'll air 3 and 4. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does.
So, so the newest one that we have coming out that I'm really excited about is when we're diving into Ozark folklore. So,
I am excited about this one.
yeah, it's going to be fun. We talked to a graphic novelist who
Mhm.
has his art centers. His name's Gustav Carlson. You can look him up. His art centers around Ozark folklore. So he has a lot of knowledge about what's his comic called. He has a lot of knowledge about Ozark monsters and just around Arkansas in general. So he talked to us a bit. We talked with a novelist and a comic writer. So I'm going to bring this up right here. This is
Mhm.
Gustav's his website for Backwood Folk. And you can see his art. This is his comic that most people know, but he has other stuff as well. And yes, so great artist. We also talked to a gentleman named Sean Fitzgibbon, who has written a book that is all about the Crescent Hotel. And Sean chats with us about that. He did not only wrote the book, he also drew all the pictures in the book as well. And it is a fascinating history. If you don't know, over in Eureka Springs, the Crescent Hotel, he brings that to life for us. We also talked to a folklorist in general about all the stories in not just Northwest Arkansas, but Arkansas in general. You know, I've heard of some. I've heard of the White River Monster.
Mm-hmm.
If you never heard of that, White River Monster, you know, big fish kind of creature that lives in the White River.
Mm-hmm.
There's a creature called the Gowrow, which is like a giant lizard, sort of think of a dinosaur that creeps around the hills and hollows. And then there's one called, you know, the Fouke Monster from South Arkansas, which is kind of
Yes.
Arkansas's answer to Bigfoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about those three, plus some others. There's one from over near Ponca in the Buffalo National River area. There's a creature called Smokey Joe. And what I also was able to do with this one is that I took all these stories and I went into a local elementary school and I got the kids, the students there to kind of fill in the blanks for me. Did they think these creatures were scary or fun? Did they think what kind of like character traits would they have? Where would they live? What would they eat? Those sort of things. So it was a lot of fun to hear from the little storytellers out there.
That's the part I'm most excited to see from
Yes.
that episode is what their little minds
Yes.
come up with.
One little kid was just the whole time wanted to know his main question. Every time I would show him a picture, right,
Uh-huh.
of this
Yes.
creature, every time, does it eat people? Every time I held one up,
He was
he's just
so
asked.
worried he was
So
gonna
he was
get,
so frightened.
he was gonna
Finally,
be a snack.
I told him that no, he's a vegetarian, and he would ask me where they live, and eventually I keyed in on the fact that he was actually frightened. He didn't want me to say that they lived in the Ozarks, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, he lives in the jungle. He lives a long way from here.
Yeah.
She doesn't do this or that or whatever. She
Oh.
only eats plants.
He was so worried.
Anyway, it's super cute, and that's the way the episode kicks off. So that one's coming your way this month right here on 479 First.
But the two that are about to air
Yes.
are
Montenay
Montenay and then
Mount
Mount
Sequoia.
Sequoia.
And Mount Sequoia has a fascinating ghost story that's attached to that one as well by some real Arkansas ghost hunters who went to Mount Sequoia to test and see if there are really ghosts there.
I had no idea that Mount Sequoia had a ghost story until I watched that episode and was very intrigued.
Do you fascinating fact? Do you want to hear this? It's
Of
maybe
course
too
not.
am I, but hey, I'm
Okay.
gonna spill the beans right here on
Let's find
479
out.
First. During that portion of that episode, when
Mhm.
I am chatting with the gentleman about his ghost hunt,
Okay.
we were at Mount Sequoia.
Yes.
We're having the conversation. We're
Yeah.
doing the interview. I am dealing with a kidney stone issue at that
Oh
very
yes.
moment.
Yeah. That's you. We have talked about the kidney stone.
I was
That's what you
sweating. I
Oh
couldn't
my
sit down.
gosh.
They were like, well, we need it. I was like, I can do it, you know, because that's how stupid I am. And so I was like, can we do it standing up? I can't sit down. And I would like talk to this guy for 5 minutes, and then I would just kind of excuse myself into the other room and be like, I'm going to die.
Oh no.
We made it through.
So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again specifically to see if
So
I can see it on your
What
face.
you'll notice is because it's filmed like from over my shoulder, because the
Yeah.
real focus is on the other guy.
on the speaker.
I am
yes.
just swaying the whole time,
Okay.
and it's something only I would notice. It's not like it's like too much that it draws your attention, but I
Yeah.
could tell because I'm not a big sway person,
No.
but something's happening if I am, right? So I was just rocking back and forth on my feet. So anyway, now
Oh,
you know the
goodness.
behind the scenes, the behind the curtain of
Yep.
that one.
Now I knew you were filming something when all of that was happening. I am gonna go back and watch to specifically see if I can
I
see
had
Jason.
I had a
sway
ghost.
And
I had a ghost
sweat.
inside of me when we were talking about the
Oh
the ghost,
man.
hunters. So yeah, all that fun stuff. Any other events we need to be aware of, Betsy?
I feel like that's.
That covers it for now.
I feel like we hit
We
it
talked
all.
about a lot of stuff last week too,
We
so there's plenty to
did.
do here in
And
the Ozarks.
most of the stuff we talked about last week, you have to go back and watch that episode to know
Yeah.
what that was. But most of the stuff we talked about last week is still is happening again
Right
this
now,
week, and will
currently.
continue through Halloween.
Yeah,
So go back and watch, make your list, and go do it all.
make it listen, check it twice.
Yes.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more right about now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four.
Oh, yes. Welcome back, everybody. So glad that you are tuned in with us. The one and only Betsy Rawlings is also here. And we're having a lot of fun. What have we done so far? Oh, I still have cookie to eat, by the way. Biscuit.
I finished my biscuit. I'm jealous.
Biscuits.
I'm gonna biscuits.
I know.
I did have multiple. I'm gonna sneak over there and take his. if
You
he's not
might. You
finished, which
should. I
I'm
did
good.
get the lion's share of that
He
just
took
because I'm a
great
jerk.
big one. Okay, Jason.
Yes. What are we gonna talk about?
I have something to admit. My
Oh, here we go.
entire life,
Yes.
I have secretly believed that I am a long lost royal,
Oh.
and I should wear a tiara.
Did you
around
do an ancestry
all the
test?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
Well,
this has just
that's
been
the next
something
step.
from my I've always been obsessed. And the Louvre was recently robbed in broad daylight,
Mm-hmm.
and they took some royal gems.
They did.
And I am just here to say that yes, I have always been obsessed with the fact that I think secretly I am royal. I didn't do this. It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
My mouth is full, so keep talking.
Okay, so this is absolutely crazy to me. If you have not been following along with this, or if you have not heard about this heist, are you living under a rock?
Seriously, it's crazy. It's happened at the Louvre, and it happened in broad daylight,
In
and they were on
broad
motorcycles. Is that right? I think
Scooters.
Scooters. They got away on
Scooters.
scooters, right? Which aren't even as fast as motorcycles. So
No, 9:30 local time.
Right.
They have a ladder outside the Louvre that leads them to a window that they can get into, just walk in while people are around and touring the museum. And they start smashing glass and taking jewels. And they stole over $100 million in
it's monopoly
jewels.
money at this point because it's so much. you
Right.
know.
It is an unreal amount of money. The security guards were focused on keeping the other people in the museum safe. Totally get that. But can you imagine the Ocean's 11 crap they
Man,
pulled?
listen, we were just
Yeah.
there like 2 years ago, and we walked right here beside where these people
Where
went
all
into
of
the
this stuff
gallery. We're looking
was.
at a map, right? So
Mhm.
if you didn't know, now you know. You can see where the Mona Lisa is, and then there is this gallery, which is like a long corridor. There's a picture of it right here, which is where the jewels were, right there in those glass cases, right? And so they just came in through the window. As you can see, this ladder right here, because I think they left the ladder in place. There were a couple of scooters
Yes.
waiting for them when they got finished with this heist.
They didn't worry about the ladder, left it there.
Right.
Just took off.
And then they took off. And it is a wild scene. And we're looking at now just some pictures of the jewels that were taken, and they are exquisite. They are beautiful. We read on the news this week, or on Good Day NWA this week, that there was a window, a limited window, and it's kind of the same with anything. Like when somebody goes missing, you have 48 hours, they say, in order to be able to locate them, right? And so at least for these jewels, they had 48 hours before they thought these jewels would be altered and sold off as something else. So the truth is that right now, these jewels, all of them, maybe, I don't know, some of them could have been melted down or put into other diamonds or rings or
we are well
jewelry.
past the window. They've had so much time to break them apart and sell them for their pieces, because obviously they're not going to be able to take this necklace and sell it to someone and them not realize what
it
they're
is. So you got to change it to something
So
else.
you've got to do something. But all of the different jewels in these pieces are extremely valuable in and of themselves. So you break them apart and you make other things, and you end up selling it all for even more than its original price with it all together.
So here is the breakdown of the 8 items that were taken. These were the ones: a tiara and a brooch belonging to Empress Angenie who was the wife of Napoleon III.
I'm
Sure, I butchered that name.
fully
but
agree with how you pronounced
Thank
that.
you.
I don't.
An emerald necklace and pair of emerald earrings from Empress Marie Louise. A tiara necklace and single earring from the sapphire set that belonged to Queen Marie Amélie and Queen Hortense. And then a brooch known as the reliquary brooch. Reliquary.
That was some beautiful pronunciation.
I'm sure I butchered it all, but needless to say, it is priceless. It's old. It's been around a while. And the craftsmanship that went into creating these pieces is unmatched. And now they could be probably lost forever.
I think that is the part that makes me just extremely sad about this, that these pieces that were made so long ago that have held up this long, all made by hand, precision put them in place. They've been worn and loved, and now they're being taken apart and sold for pieces. So even if they were able to retrieve the jewels, them being still in these tiaras and these necklaces and these earrings, they're not going to be the same. And that piece of
Altered.
history is just changed forever.
So maybe on the bright side, I don't know, just maybe a moment of education.
Okay,
The
Mr.
question,
Brightside.
yeah, the question remains: have similar thefts happened before? So let's break this down.
Mhm.
In 1911, an Italian museum employee was able to make off with the Mona Lisa under his coat after lifting the painting, which was then little known to the public, straight off the wall of a quiet gallery. It was recovered after 2 years, and the culprit later said he was motivated by the belief that Leonardo da Vinci masterpiece belonged in Italy. Okay? Fewer chances are taken with the Mona Lisa these days. The painting, perhaps most renowned in the museum's collection, hangs in the high-security glass compartment. If you've ever been to the Louvre, you know it's there. It's kind of in a small room. It hangs on a partition, a wall by itself, out in the middle of the room behind a locked glass and hard to access.
Little more obvious if you were to go up to it and try to take it, and it is much more protected at this point.
Yeah. Last month, thieves broke into the Adrien de Bouche Museum and stole porcelain works reputedly worth 9.5 million euros, which is roughly $11 million.
Conspiracy theory here. I wonder if it was the
Same
same
people.
group that were trying out their
They tested it.
their theory on how they could get in and what they could take.
I don't know. I mean,
Could be.
could be. So, needless to say, obviously, heists have happened before all
Yes.
over the place. Some of them recovered, some of them never recovered. I was actually in a play one time about, I can't even remember where it took place, but there's a Netflix show about it, about a heist that happened in the Northeast somewhere in a gallery, and it had several notable works in it, and those pieces still have never been recovered. It's a whole fascinating rabbit hole you can go down. There's a podcast about it.
I was recently listening to a podcast, and they were talking about a Roman stone that was actually it wasn't a headstone, but it would have been at a burial place that was talking about the people within the cemetery, but was found in New Orleans when someone was just digging in their backyard. How does a stone piece from Rome, from
Yeah.
ancient Rome, end up in New Orleans? It's interesting to me when these things happen and they find these, and how the stories behind how they got there and where did that come from, even without them being stolen.
Fascinating stuff. Okay, so just to bring it up, that one that I was talking about is the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist.
Okay.
In 1990, 13 artworks were seized from a Boston museum. It's the largest property crime in U.S. history. None of them have ever been recovered. And if you want to watch more about it, there's a show on Netflix called This Is a Robbery. And there is also, let me look it up for you, there is also a podcast. It was hugely successful, which the play I was in was based on the podcast Last Scene.
Okay.
So if you're curious about that, although there's not a lot of hope there. There's a lot of fascinating facts, but those artworks haven't ever been recovered.
That's at this point, I feel like they are
They're gone.
gone.
They gone. But there's always a glimmer of hope somewhere. Maybe one of them will be found in someone's basement or hidden in the
Someone
walls.
is going to, it's that fun story of someone is at a yard sale
Yep.
and they find this pretty painting and they're like, "Oh, I like
Right.
that."
And it's a
then
Van Gogh.
It's some masterpiece
Yeah.
of art that's been missing for a long time. And it's just been hanging out in this person's grandmother's
Yep.
attic. Like, how does that happen?
How does it happen? Okay, let's do this. Let's
Okay.
take a quick break. We got about 10 minutes when we come back, and we got to at least discuss two things. One is a show that nobody wants that's coming back to Netflix, and two,
Everybody wants.
no,
Everybody
and
wants.
count me. I don't. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
also America's favorite Halloween candy. That
Yep.
one I'll get excited for. We
Okay.
come back with us a little more right about now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going into this Netflix show. It's called Nobody Wants.
Nobody wants this.
And it really made waves. It wasn't even a year ago, right? When the first season came out, it seems like it was like 6 months ago.
The first season came out. It actually premiered in October of 2024.
Wow,
so
it was a whole year
exactly
ago.
A year ago.
Wow, surprise.
They released the second season almost to the date of when the first one premiered. The first season had 26.2 million views within the first 2 weeks and sat in the global top 10 for 6 weeks. It was huge.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought
Yeah.
it was great, but this is my kind of show. Season 2 dropped today. They put all 10 episodes out. Are you a binger or are you a one-by-oneer? Depends on the show.
Yeah, I guess so. If I want to watch something, I'm going to watch it as it drops.
Yeah.
If I am caught off guard and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, all these episodes are out at once, I'll just watch them
Yeah.
pretty quickly. I'm not going to sit there. I cannot imagine me ever watching more than 2 episodes of something in one sitting.
I'm kind of the same way. So they dropped all of these at once. I will not sit and watch all of them at once. I'll probably get through the first 2 and then watch one
What do you
and then a couple days and watch
What do you think
one
that
and
maybe
then a couple
says
days
about
and
us? I can't sit there and not do something
I think
for that
it
long.
says that we have short attention spans.
Maybe.
No, actually, I think it says that we just don't sit still.
Yeah,
Um,
I got to get up and do something.
I got to move. I got to do things. But they did drop all of these. So if you are a binger and you want to watch them all, you can. So if you don't know what this show is,
I love Kristen Bell. I will say
Kristen Bell
that.
and Adam
And
Brody.
I love him too.
I mean, this is like such a rom-com power couple right here. It just really, really works. So Kristen Bell is a this is how Netflix describes it. An agnostic sex podcaster and a newly single rabbi fall in love, but can their relationship survive their wildly different lives and meddling families?
No.
Well, you have to watch to see, Jason.
Do you? Come on. Of course they stay together. They might split
Of
up, but then
course
they're
they
going to get
stay
back
together.
together. I mean, come on.
That's true. That is exactly how it happens. But you got to see how and why. I do love Kristen Bell. I do love Adam Brody. This has a pretty fantastic cast.
Yeah, the cast is fantastic.
It's got some people that you will recognize from other places, and they all work really, really, really well together. This season is going to have Adam Brody's real life wife, Leighton Meester, on as a recurring character, and Seth Rogen is going to come on.
Where's Dax?
As a rabbi? I wondered the same thing. Why is he not? He should totally have a role in here if Brody's wife's on.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They got to do these Carvana commercials together. Give this guy
He's-
some screen time.
He's too busy with his own podcast
Ugh.
and
I-
all of that side of things.
Is he did she base her character off of his podcast? His podcaster personality?
The whole show is actually based off the real life love story of one of the co-writers and her husband, Aaron Foster, and her husband, Simon Tickman. It is loosely based off of their
Okay.
story. So
I like real life stuff, and when that makes
Yeah.
it in, that's cool.
They do. So there has been, besides people who are like, another like romance story, I know where this is coming. There has
Yes.
been some pushback on this
Okay, yeah.
show.
What's the tea there? Fill us in on that.
So there are people who make a really big deal about so Kristen Bell's character Joanne and her sister Morgan are podcasters. They're from the podcast community. There's been a giant uproar about there is no way that these girls have a monetized podcast.
Huh.
Yeah, okay, it's a show.
Right.
Move on. But then there's also been some pushback from the Jewish community about whether or not they are doing justice
Hmm.
for the Jewish community in this show.
Fair.
I don't know enough about the Jewish faith to be able to say one way or the other. I
Sure.
just know that there has been some major chatter on both fronts about this show, but I am looking at it as a fun, light little
Yeah.
rom-com meet cute
Meet cute show. Yeah,
show
for sure.
that's just light and easy.
I know. I feel I love rom-coms, but I feel like I love the rom-coms that I love.
Yeah.
And then the other rom-coms that even the more recent one, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to watch that again. But give me When Harry Met Sally. Give me Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh.
I'm going to watch those 100 times
On
over.
repeat.
You've Got Mail,
Mhm.
While You Were Sleeping. I'll watch those a lot, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know that I'm going to binge this after it's over.
I don't see you doing that.
Yes.
However, I might just like every time I see you, I'm just gonna have it on my phone. I'm
Listen.
gonna play it like right behind you.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that you bring us pop culture stuff. My stuff that I watch is so deep cut that no one would even know what I am talking about.
You would be surprised. I know a lot of the old stuff too, but I gotta keep
Well,
us on the edge. I
I'm
gotta
talking
keep us up
about,
in front.
like what I'm currently watching. They're current shows. They're
What are
just
you
not in English, and they're
Okay.
all Scandinavian noir crime shows.
Okay, so I don't go that far. But I do love me a 60s and 70s political drama. We
Oh,
have
yeah.
Clute is on our list to watch this weekend.
Great.
Fantastic. I cannot wait. So excited to see that one. So I do run
So
back
when
into some
just
old
type
stuff.
into Netflix like foreign language crime, and then just
Okay.
pick a show, and I
just
have
pick one and
probably
you've
seen
watched
it, and
I
then we
love
can
that.
talk about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I
There-
do have to tell you though,
Yeah.
the two scary movies that you suggested last
Yeah.
week
Did you watch either
to
of
me,
them?
No, my
Ah.
husband was like, those are too scary for you.
What?
He's like,
What a chicken! I told you they were scary. I told you it's hard for me to get scared. These are ones that might scare you.
yeah, I am a scaredy cat. I am a
My
scaredy
gosh.
cat. He was like, no, you're
Yeah.
not watching.
No,
those."
they're yes, for lightweights like yourself. You need to get in the weight room. So here's what you got to do. You got to watch a bunch of scary movies. That's how you work out your scary movie muscle. Are
Okay.
you familiar with this terminology?
Yeah. Yes.
Then when you get to watch things like this, you're ready for it. It's no big deal.
Okay. I'm not gonna like
NBD.
sprain an ankle when I.
Exactly. Exactly. This
a
is like
scary
stretching.
movie.
This is like that.
Oh, well, talking about scary movies, Jason.
Yeah.
Halloween is around the corner.
True.
And one of my other most favoriteest things in the entire
Got to be
world
candy.
is candy.
Okay, so I got them pulled up right here, but before we do the big reveal, I'm just
Yeah.
curious, what is your personal favorite Halloween candy? And I think it's interesting we say Halloween candy because really it's just candy.
It's just candy.
What's your
We
favorite
just
candy?
happened to get it on Halloween. That is
Right.
a day that we, didn't buy it from the gas station.
I
we
guess
got it
so,
by
right.
knocking on our
Yes,
neighbor's
shame,
door.
shame buying it at the gas station. Nobody looked.
Okay, so the mom tax candy that I still to this day
Right.
take from my kids, the Reese's peanut butter cups,
Yeah.
and then it actually didn't make the list, but Rolos.
Oh, I love a Rolo.
I love
It's
a
surprising that's not on
Rolo.
the list. Mine are anything gummy, which also I guess maybe number 10
Okay.
is a gummy thing, but
Yeah.
gummy bears are my jam. Those are usually just like an all year long candy, though they're not specific to Halloween. And you don't
Mhm.
really put a lot of gummy bears or gummy worms in people's candy baskets.
Right.
You do have them in like little desserts people would make. They make like dirt and worms
We
and
used
all that
to.
stuff.
I loved when I was a kid and we would go trick or treating. Our neighbors would make homemade popcorn balls and candied apples, and you would get an entire bag where they made cookies
Yeah.
and all these different things that they put in. You can't really do that anymore. People would be like, "I'm not taking
Right.
this," partly for good reason, partly for folklore. But I do kind of miss the whole getting your popcorn ball that actually, your neighbor, your elderly neighbor
Yeah,
made for you.
absolutely. Hey, rewind 3
Yeah.
minutes. I really appreciated how you segued into this. So that was nice from the last thing into this one.
Yeah.
That was good. Good segue.
I tried real hard.
Check it out. Here's the list. All right. So at number 1, your favorite, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Then we got followed by M&M's, a classic
Okay.
Hershey's milk chocolate bar.
M&M's though, is it just the plain M&M's?
I mean, it just says M&M's,
It does
and
just
they
say
don't do
M&Ms.
peanut M&Ms or caramel M&Ms anywhere else on the list. So I think they're
Okay.
throwing everything into the M&M
Just
category.
M&Ms. Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
Then they're specific. Hershey's milk chocolate bar. They don't say with almonds. They don't, not dark chocolate. It is the
Yeah.
milk chocolate bar. You got Snickers. Hungry? Why wait? Snickers.
I was a little surprised that was in 4th. I kind of felt like that would be above the Hershey's milk chocolate
You
bar.
think? Maybe. Some people aren't so keen on, doesn't that have peanuts in it too?
Yeah, that's true.
Peanut
True.
can be hit or miss.
Okay.
Skittles. I like Skittles. They are a little bit chewy, so Skittles.
Yeah. Get your gummy in
Nerds.
there.
So it just says nerds, which I'm imagining are the nerds in a box that you get in
The
the
little
basket.
The little box.
But
that
nerd
goes
clusters are where it's at.
Nerd clusters. Okay, so I obviously am a chocolate fan.
The chocolate girl.
However, when it comes to candy,
Yeah.
Nerds clusters are so good.
So good. So good. That's followed by Sour Patch Kids.
Charlie's favorite.
Now kids love sour stuff. I've never been a fan of it.
It-
Even when I was a kid on the back of the bus and they were like, you got to eat this warhead to prove you're a
Right.
man.
It kind
I
of
was
leaves
like,
a burn in your mouth.
I know.
I don't understand.
That is got to be some chemicals that are on that are not good for you anyway. Twix. I'm a fan of Twix.
I like
Twix.
a Twix.
I like a Kit Kat too. That's number 9.
And then Airheads.
Airheads, the classic. That's what you get at the movie theater when you're going to see the scary movie.
Yeah.
You get your popcorn and your
not
Airheads.
even necessarily a scary movie,
Right,
but just at
especially-
the movie theater. I equate Airheads
You go watch
and movie
cartoons or whatever you
theaters.
like, rom-coms.
Kit Kats, Jason, are you just take a bite out of the Kit Kat,
Yeah.
or are you a separate each?
Oh, I separate.
layer?
Some people eat all 4 of those at once.
At one time.
What?
The animals.
Get out of here.
I can't.
Absolutely. There's a beast.
Ugh.
Get out.
That is
no.
not acceptable.
There's something so satisfying about snapping that one thing off. And
Yes. And eating just the layer.
just so good.
so.
And then I do think Twix's campaign is funny, right? The whole
I do.
left and right Twix, which are
Yes.
exactly the same thing, but they make a whole big deal out of it.
I like it. I like that they are the exact same thing,
Same,
and yet
different.
they are different.
make 'em
They are
different.
different. Are you a left Twixt eater or a right?
Yeah, I know. That's the question.
Twixt
Both.
eater? Okay, so break it down by state.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Is that
You
on the
can.
same website?
It's on one of them that I sent you. Oh, okay. So it doesn't necessarily break it down by like specific. It's
Okay.
more like Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee.
Oh, regionally.
Regionally, they like
Tell us what we like.
sweet candies.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin are Twizzler fans. Reese's peanut butter. Okay, that makes sense that Reese's and Hershey things are around Pennsylvania, West Virginia,
Right.
Ohio, all of those. I don't know. I'm not a super I don't feel like this is very accurate.
Well, I don't. The Today
Maybe it
Show anchors
is.
who did this kind of survey were torn on everything here.
Yeah.
So I think it's needless to say that next week it'll be
It
very near Halloween,
Yes,
right? Or
the-
Halloween.
the day before.
So we've got to bring all that candy in here and
Gonna
do a
bring
little
some
taste
candy,
test.
Gonna
right?
try them out, see if we agree with the list.
Yeah. We probably won't.
No.
But let's do it. Okay, let's plan for that next week.
For
Betsy,
sure.
thanks as always for hopping on Right About Now. And you know how it
Yes.
goes. We say it every time. You can't be right about everything, but you can be
Right about now.
That's it. We'll see you next time, everybody.
2,